So today's video will be about Rumia. This is in the northwest part of Poland, as part of the Pomeranian voivodeship. As you can see, it's pretty close to sort of Gdynia and Gdansk, and easily kind of accessible from there by local train. It's actually part of its own tri-city with Verharovo and Reda, and again is one of these places with Kashubian roots. You'll have to forgive the use of Street View, as I was kind of focusing more on the nice to see things rather than the town centre, but this is just to give you an idea of what the main thoroughfare looks like. As per pretty much any city in Poland, you would find the kind of arcade sort of shopping centre. Now, here we went on a walk to one of the local parks, and this was quite nice. We found a lovely river, kind of pond area, and we found this kind of Georgian restaurant. And maybe it is nothing insanely special, but we've just sat there in the sun, watching the water. And it was a very relaxing affair, reasonably priced alcohol, perhaps not any English, but, we made do. And it was just nice to kind of see the kind of water wheel as well. So, yeah, it was just a lovely, tranquil setting. So to talk about the history, Rumia was originally an Iron Age settlement in the 6th to 4th century BC, first mentioned in documentation by name in 1223. It became part of the Teutonic Order in 1309, and then fell back to Poland as part of the Pomeranian voivodeship in 1466. Then in 1772, it was annexed by the Kingdom of Prussia and became part of the German Empire in 1871, finally coming back to Poland after the First World War. Now, during the Second World War, it was a heavy site of fighting, and it was a place where the Polish firmly established their battle lines against the Germans. The Germans kind of took advantage of the local airfields to use for military operations, which was destroyed by the RAF at the end of the war. The city was also used as an internment camp for POWs from the UK, France, and Italy. Now, of the population that was executed by the Germans, they were taken to an execution site nearby called Piasnicka. It was finally made a city in 1954. Now, it's worth noting that we mainly used Rumia as kind of a base of operations to go to a number of other places. So you can easily get to, the Gdansk Tri-City by rail, and you can get to, sort of other small villages nearby. But if you want to get to a lot of the beauty spots, you're probably going to need to rent a car. There are certain places you can go to, such as Rewa, Ustka, and Weber, where you can get to the beach quite nicely. But one major advantage Rumia has is a bit of a cheaper place. It's perhaps not an amazing tourist location, but it's a nice, quiet place to stay. And, we were quite happy there, no complaints at all. One thing I will say about Rumia is it's a very tranquil place, but also it's surrounded by woodland. So you have some lovely forests that you can go for a walk in, and we took a few adventures making our way there. So that's definitely worth checking out. There were also a couple of military cemeteries that you probably want to see. The cemetery you can see in the video here, it's just a kind of a local cemetery. But as you can see, in Poland, they put a lot of effort, something that the UK could probably learn from. I recorded this as it was a little unusual, a house with a vast supply of gnomes, which we saw a bit of in this region, actually, but this was the one that stood out. There also the house next to it has some very interesting architecture, so I thought this was worth including into the video. And at this point, I want to thank you for watching. Rumia, worth stopping by. You probably wouldn't need to spend more than a few hours here, unless you want to go for a decent hike. But it's a lovely place to stay. We were there for 2 weeks, and it was a really good base of operations. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.